Hey everybody, it's your girl Erica from the Classy blog. I just want to get you guys know on this amazing Freedom Friday some of the changes that are coming to the channel. So yeah, your girl, if you've been following me on my Instagram, I've been showing you different offices in the background, finding additional space because I picked up 2 additional part-time people because so a podcast is coming through and it'll be a mix of some of the old videos and some of the new, right? And so there'll be a lot of that going on. And the guy hired to do that is going to be awesome. Also, I'm going to be doing a ton of conferences. Also, in the works is a rehab show. You guys are smart. Some of you have been messaging me that you knew that was going to happen. So, yes, that is part of what's happening. Earlier, I broke a computer. So that also happened this Friday. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. October 1st, a lot of the prices on the channel are going to go up, way up. And I'm sorry, but it's with the new staff and also new ads and new marketings. So for you guys that are here, you've been with the channel for 5 years, you love the channel, you're great people, you've been just so helpful. You've brought great value to this channel. I definitely wanted to let you know that so that you had time, if you don't, before October 1st because of price changes. Now, I am coming up with 2 bundles. And I haven't totally worked out what the bundles are going to be, but you should see it drop from the blog tonight, later tonight, in an article talking about changes with the channel and growth and how the channel's changed. So that will be in there. All that information will be in there. Also, I'll send out a list to the people on all the email lists because there's over 7 different ones. People are segmented in different ones. We'll make sure everybody gets all the answers to the questions they need. But with everything, when it comes to growth, when it comes to changing, when it comes to adding on employees, when it comes to taking new directions in your companies, you have to sometimes increase prices, right? You may see me less on here because I'm doing more out here in the real world. And that's not that I don't love this channel and it hasn't been so absolutely fun, but just for the record, like literally the 26th through the 30th, every day and night I'll be in conferences all day, and then at night I'll be at a mastermind at a house / retreat. Now I'll try to now the private Facebook group, they're getting all kind of stuff that's going to be like live little snippets, talking to people from the floor of the conference, in the different rooms. I'll try to live record some stuff because they don't be liking you to live record up in there, but I'm gonna be like this sitting in the back just like this for some of y'all in the Facebook group, so y'all know y'all gonna love that. Because I'm going to go to the house hacking ones, breakouts. I'm going to go to the house hacking, YouTube, podcast, and some other information ones coming up. And so I'm going to try my best to, in the back, without getting caught, record live for the private Facebook group, but not for Facebook because I don't want FidCon to be pissed with me. I don't want to be banned for next year, okay? Y'all please get the likes up. Skynet's watching. There's 33 of y'all in here. Let's definitely get the likes up. But with that being said, I'm going to give a lot of value to the private Facebook group people, but I just want to let y'all know October 1st, it's just going to be some changes. I had to add staff members. We've got to get this podcast rolling as the fall breaks in and the rehab show. Right now we're working out some information between Asia and Detroit and my video guy and some other things about a rehab show. A mini HGTV, but a mini one, very mini. We're just going to show one of the houses and kind of take you through, that first walkthrough when it looks like crap, and then some of the rehab, and then, what did we do to get that property? What did we buy? How much did it cost? How much is some of the items costing? Because I know a lot of you are like, well, how much does this cost? How much does that cost? So that will help a lot of you. So look, it's been fun. This has been a fun thing. You guys crack me up every week when I'm on here. Building this life the way it is has been nothing but a complete joy. Seeing a lot of you get your credit turned around, seeing a lot of you buy your first rentals. I had a mastermind group last year that was fun, but exhausting. So just as we go into new seasons of life and adding new people to the staff, we're going to have new things that come along. So I'm going to try to stay consistent with at least 3 times a week, being live, but as we get more content to the Facebook group and stuff like that, it might be hard to do. Now, I'm going to be in Charlotte October 12th through the 14th. Now, we do know Max Maxwell has his event that same weekend, but I'll also be just meeting and talking with so many people in the Charlotte area, housing in the Charlotte area. It's going to be fun. And we're going to record as much as we can. I got to be respectful to the other people that's going to be kind of in the group that weekend. Now, I'll also do a tour of Charleston around the 4th or the 5th or the weekend before the 12th. And that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a little bit of a ride along / looking at some properties. And I think you guys will like that. I hope you will. If not, hey, we'll just put it to the private Facebook group or something like that, So, also with the Wow Wednesday Investing, the Dr. Meadows is coming by to talk about options, talk about his training he learned. What else do we have? What other good stuff do I have coming up for y'all up in the fall here? Oh, Las Vegas. So November 14th through the 15th. Really, we're probably a week. Let's just be honest. We're probably going to spend a week in Vegas. But we're going to have Jacob's Life in Vegas, YouTuber. He's going to come on. We're going to hang out with him and probably go skydiving, do a couple things that way. So there just is a lot of fun things coming to the channel. And the reason I feel the time is right, it's like right now for me to make these changes, is I was just commenting on Glendon Cameron's thing the other day. It's like, I'm driving around town, even to the wealthier parts of town. Now, here's the funny thing. There's this place where there's a lot of Middle Eastern people, and there was like 12 taxi cabs parked over there during a busy time of day. And it's almost like they've come to America, they've kind of bought into the system, but they know like things are slow for them. So I thought that was interesting. 2, I'm going to like wealthier sides of town where I usually do my post office and all my other stuff, and it's absolutely dead. From 2:30 to 5:30, it's dead in there. I mean, even some of the dinner times I come in and it's dead. Now, I would love to believe that everybody's cooking dinner at home for their kids and making vegetables and fruits. I just know better. So, the economy's slightly changing. Things are slightly moving, even in a very hustle-bustle Austin. Like right now, I was just downtown and I got a little frustrated because I couldn't find a park. That's a good thing. I was frustrated because there were scooters everywhere and a lot of tourists. But I'm glad. I'd much rather have a live city versus a dead city where there's really nothing going on. There's nothing going on downtown, and people are complaining all the time. So that's your choice. You get a choice of a live city or a dead city. But with that being said, now where can you make money in those trends, right? Like where can you gain benefit in this changing economy? Like there's so much change happening, but there's opportunity. That's how you have to look at it, right? Because right now I'm going to see offices that months before I couldn't even get my foot in the door to talk to them, and now the prices has dropped, and I'm like, cool, that works for me. Like even better, right? So you can tell things are shifting and changing. Like some of the warehouses that I had called before, been sitting empty for a long time. Now all of a sudden they're real nice on the phone when they talk to you. Oh, come on by, Miss Williams, come see it today. But before they had attitude, okay? So I know some things are slightly changing, just not as much. Like right now in the luxury apartments I'm in right now, literally to my left, there's nobody on every single floor to my left. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st floor. No one. So when people sit here and try to say, well, Erica, you're just being so daggone dramatic about this recession. Yeah, the recession isn't going to hit everybody. We know that. It's not going to hit everybody. There are some people who are going to go to work every day and be like, what are you talking about? There are engineers that are going to keep on living. There's lots of group of people that are going to be just fine. But for those of you who may not have any assets, I mean, really the difference between the retired now in America and the retired back in the day, if you had a pension, you retired back in the day, and you had a house paid off, you retired. Now, people don't even have a pension. They don't even have a house. A lot of people ain't got no house. You retire when you have the assets to retire. And I think people really kind of keep ignoring that fact. You can retire when the numbers say you can retire. If you don't, oh, here comes the fire truck. There's some kind of accident up here. You cannot retire until, thank you, person, because it's bad. It's a bad accident up ahead. It's like a whole semi turned over. So let's get on out of here. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's bad. So the point of my story is, a lot of people are asking me, well, I want to retire in the next 5 to 10 years, or next 2 to 3 or 4 to 5. Okay, well, you can go sit down whenever you have the buckaroos to sit down. That's just is what it is. When you have the numbers to sit down, you can sit down. Recession doesn't hit the medical fields, Jason M. So, yeah, Now, here's the funny thing. I remember somebody said, well, I'm a nurse and it did, and something happened before. And what ended up happening to them as a nurse is they were, sorry, people are driving crazy trying to see this accident. So what happened to them as a nurse, they got laid off, but because the economy was so tight, they got right back on. You cannot run a hospital with very lean staff. You just cannot. A hospital is a way different setting than, a restaurant or a Burger King or a warehouse. Like, even some warehouses, sometimes you're like, they're low on people. It's a little crazy right now. I guess that fire truck's gonna keep on fire trucking. Anyway, so they'll just be mad at me because this traffic's ridiculous. So, but yeah, so here's the thing. When it comes to, wow, it must be bad. They got 2 different dudes going. It's gotta be bad, y'all. I wanna see it though. I know it's so terrible. I wanna be nosy about this traffic accident, but I shouldn't be like that. Okay. Part of the rise of people retiring to places like Mexico, Nicaragua, I'm saying that so terribly, Thailand and Philippines. Exactly. There's a lot of people who realize, here's the thing. They did the math. The husband and wife and realized we're never going to have more than $2,000 a month. There's retired police officers leaving the North. I know it's bad rubbernecking. It's bad rubbernecking. So there's police officers leaving the North, coming to Texas and South Carolina and North Carolina because they have a pension of like $4,000, but in New York, that ain't gonna cut it. In Chicago, that ain't gonna cut it. In Ohio, it probably could, but I see a lot of people coming out from Ohio, all these places, and when you talk to them, it's like, well, we're retired, but see, they are retired, but they don't have enough money. Like, they got a check coming from the government, but see, what happens is people usually get those new cars, those retirement cars, those retirement vacations, and they don't have enough money at the end of their month. So you don't want to be that. You know what I mean? I remember I was watching this girl's thing and she's saying, I don't do budgets. And I laughed a little bit, but I was like, you know what? She said she don't do budgets. She eats what she wants in the daytime. She spends her money on shopping on the weekends. That will catch up to her at some point. So, I mean, if you have unlimited assets, you can live like that too. But for people who only gonna make a little bit a year, they need to be on a budget. Sorry. People hate budgets, but it's just the fact. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, Donnie Breeze. Hey, everybody. But yeah, so it's Freedom Friday. And, as we go into this year, as we get the 2 new staff members put on and get things rolling, it's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun. And I'm excited for FidCon. I'm excited for what it can bring. And I'm going to, if anybody's going to watch the new Predator movie, close your ears right now because I'm getting ready to spoil it for you. I watched it, and this is why I'm always telling you guys you have to program your mind or somebody else will. Okay? I was watching the movie. Now, here, say whatever you want about autism. I understand. You can have a family member or somebody relate to you. But the movie tried to put this kind of thing on about, oh, well, autism is the next level in evolution. They're smarter. Then they did a really sloppy job talking about PTSD. Then they also did a kind of sloppy job going, climate change. There's only one generation left before the earth just dies. And I was really upset because I was like, they've shoved every kind of talking point of bullshit into this movie that they could. I mean, they were cramming. They were hardcore cramming, the climate change agenda and that autism really isn't a problem. And common sense knows, like, you can tell all the reviews people are already commenting that people have enough common sense to go, yeah, no, autism is something we need to fix because, that's not the next step in evolution. Let's not, like, those kids could be super smart, but most doctors would agree, like, it's almost like a person poisoned or having a foggy brain and they cannot connect with the outside world. That's not normal. That's not the next step in evolution. And no matter how this movie tried to paint it, it's not. And that's why I always encourage y'all to program your own mind. Like, if you're watching the stuff I'm saying, you're watching other stuff people are saying, great. Like, even the prime example of that guy, someone shared in the private Facebook group about the Torino app. I've been talking about the freaking Torino app for 2 years now. And what's funny is I started learning about the Torino app from a Vietnamese foreign student in college at UT down here. He has 4 Honda Fits. Why does he have 4 Honda Fits? Because, you know, legally, per se, they're not allowed to work. You know, they're supposedly not allowed to work with their student visa. They're only supposed to be here to study. Unless you have a particular type of visa, you're supposed to be here for just student visas. Now, holy crap, how'd she get way over there? These people are crashing on this. People in Texas don't know how to drive when it rains. They just don't know how to drive. Okay. So he went to the auction and got not 1, not 2, but 4 Honda Fits. Now you're going to say, well, Erica, sounds like he got money. He may have got some student refund check money. He may have got some parents' money. Okay. But the point, the point here is what he did is he put all 4 Honda Fits here in Austin on the app. Now, one Honda Fit you could only rent per the month. So he rents that one Honda Fit out for $1,200 a month. Now, the other Honda Fits you can do daily. Some are $60 a day. Some are $40 a day. Combination of that. Oh my God, these jerk-offs out here. And it's a teenager. It's a freaking teenager. No driving teenagers. Anyway. Nope, not Zipcar. It's called TorinoApp.com. Torino.com. Kid almost hit me. All right. So, yeah, it's ridiculous out here today. So, see, look at you trying to get in here before I can finish being the bartender. These crazy little high schoolers in Camaros. It's just dangerous out here today. It's called TURO. But I've been talking about it for 2 years. And finally, there is a YouTuber. That is what his channel is about. Him getting 4 cars, some Camaros, some Mustangs, and renting them out. And I said, good, because I knew it wasn't good. I mean, like, even now I see, like, there's Indian with the dot couples, like engineer guys who have 3 and 4 cars on there. And they're like, oh, just come pick the car up from over here. That's a bad accent. But he was like, so I was like, oh, you work at Dell? But that's what they would do. They would pick the car up from Dell, and he's like, oh, just drop it off back over here at Dell. You know, so you knew where he worked, but the buildings are so massive, you're not going to find him, right? Like, he would park it at a particular place in Dell or at the front part of Dell, and you'd come pick the car up. And they're even picking up on that game. Like, the Indian people here are picking up the game. There's Tesla owners renting their Teslas out. There are people with Jeeps, you know, tricked out Jeeps, tricked out Tacomas. You can rent them for $120 a day. Like, they'll say don't go mudding, or if you go mudding, come back and bring them washed off. And I was so excited that he brought, like, that somebody else is talking about that. So it's not like I'm just a crazy person talking about it. But here's the thing. People usually get in their feelings about their car. Like, they get a car, it's their only car, and they don't want to be stranded. So they're like, Erica, I'm not renting out my car. This is my car. I don't trust other people. Okay, honey, first of all, you got trust issues. Second of all, like, you need to look at it as just a tool. A car is just a tool. Like, get over that. Get over it. It's just a tool. And for some of you, they're like, Erica, you don't understand. That's all I got. If all you got is an apartment and a car, I'm sorry. I understand it's very upsetting to you that I'm, like, just making it seem light. But that's what it is. It's just a tool. You can get another tool. But that is very lucrative, you know? That Vietnamese kid, he literally the next day called one of the mortgage brokers I was recommending, and was trying to get pre-approved, which of course, because he's got that visa, you know, the guy was like, hey, it's gonna be really hard unless you create a corporation, and then, like, you know, all this paperwork. So I don't want to get in the weeds about that, but it's a good deal if you can make it work for you. Alternative financial medicine. This doc agrees with your stance on autism. Definitely not an evolutionary step. Yeah, the movie was shoving that down your throat that this 13-foot, thing was coming, and realized after being there that he needed the autistic boy, because the autistic boy was the next step in evolution. Like, you're like, get out of here, dude, with this program. Instead of paying attention to the fact that Japan and other countries said, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to vaccinate children until they're 2 years old. We're going to tell pregnant women to stay away from fish. And think about that. In Japan, where the culture is very heavily fish and rice and other types of, foods, they're going to tell them to limit their fish while they're pregnant. That's a serious deal. They're serious about it. And they were the first country to kind of, like, if you go back and look at some of the documentation, they were the first country to kind of notice it happen and were like, what is going on with these babies? So, say what you will about Japan. They do some things very weirdly, but they do some things very right. So that was my whole bum out last night about that movie. Like, I wanted to enjoy it. I really did. But when they were trying to shove down that climate change down my throat and shove this other, I was like, no, it's distasteful. And then all the trailers in the movie were all like, pro-woman leads the movie, pro-woman. Okay, I'm all pro-woman too, baby. But at the end of the day, statistics are showing that a bunch of women are going, peace out, work. Stay-at-home moms went up 13% in the last decade. The only way you're a stay-at-home mom is two reasons. Your husband's working a good job and you can afford it, or your husband's not working a good job and y'all can't afford daycare even if you work. Now, I'm hoping it's a lot more of the people who have a husband that's in sales or something, but that's why I'm telling people, the upper middle class is moving. There's a lot of people in this hovering in the middle class, and there's a segment that is moving. There is a segment that if you look at the articles I was sharing a couple videos back, well, probably a month back, the big new thing is having 4 and 5 kids. Now, when I tell my friends that, they're like, oh, Erica, that's ridiculous. But I go to a wealthy church where the average income of the person there is like $160,000. So average, okay? And that is the common trend in our churches. All these couples have 4 and 5 and 6 kids. And we make jokes about it, and we're like, something's in our water over here. And I'm like, only families that can afford that do that. Period. Like, and even if a family can't afford it, mom stay at home, right? Because you just can't. You're going to have to cook beans and rice and beans cooking, beans and rice and beans cooking. That's your goals at that point. That's it. Beans, rice, and chicken and cooking, and keeping track of all these little kids. So there's a lot of movements in the economy, but it's like through levels. And I just want people to be aware, like, have a choice. If you're gonna, you ever hear that saying, go down fighting? If you're gonna go down fighting with a choice. Like, have a choice to how you go out, right? Like there's a lot of people who, I did it my way. Ever hear Frank Sinatra? I did it my way. I took all the hits, I did all this other stuff, but I did it my way. So that's my thing right now, is as I'm watching these movies, I'm watching this agenda be pushed down kids' throats. You guys got to know the numbers and you got to know the facts. You can retire when you have the investments. And there's a lot of young people right now in the Bigger Pockets podcast forums who are not even working. And when you talk to them, why are you not working? Oh, I've got 2 rentals. That's all? You need to keep working, kid. And the kid's kind of like, eh. And think about that, to have a choice. That's all I'm trying to get you guys to have, is have a choice. Decide for you. Chris McDonald, the Indians dominate the industry hospitality here in, for sure. Here in Houston, yeah. Oh, that was Elvis? Hey, Frank Sinatra did do a version too, though. He said 49 people need to hit the like button. Hit that like button for Skynets. But even next year, they're going to have a Terminator where the original mom comes back in and she's old now. And then they got a female Terminator and a female. I'm like, okay, we get it. But let's go back to the facts. Let's get back to the facts that a bulk of these women are going home. The last 10 years, stay-at-home moms went up 13%. The last 10 years, a level of new millionaires have came up. And these are not millionaires for, they inherited, Erica. No, these are first-generation millionaires. First generation. These are people creating small companies. The best thing you can ever do if you watch this channel is go look at Blue Collar Millionaire show on CNBC. That's the best thing you can do. Because I don't need to prove it to you. The fact is, a lot of these people, they had a guy, he had a HVAC company. HVAC. And he literally was just kicking so much butt. Young guy, 26. He's on the show Blue Collar Millionaires. I think he's 28 now, but at the time on the show, I'm like, a 26-year-old. That means he, from the 2 years where he's doing all this training to learn how to get his certification for HVAC, crawling under houses, crawling on roofs, and going, you know, I can do this better. I can make a better company and have better sales. Knocked it out the park. Is on a show called Blue Collar Millionaires. So the future is for people who are, one, creating businesses, two, a couple rentals. If you caught yesterday's show was the best. You know, Dr. Meadows came on, and those houses are very simple houses. But you know what? I know people right now who get pre-approved by the mortgage loan lender, and they go, well, I wanted a big house. I wanted a $400,000 house. I wanted a, baby, what are you approved for? Stay in your lane. I think we have to get back on that. Stay in our lane. Stay in your lane. Also, some of you asked what this book was again. It is How to Invest in Debt by Michael Pellegrino. Essentially, you know, you already know. If you've read my book, you already know what some of this is going to have in it. You already know. We're talking about tax deeds. We're talking about all kind of stuff is in the book. Tax liens, peer-to-peer loans, defaulted credit card debt at a discount, defaulted mortgage notes, performing mortgage notes at a distance, sheriff sales, white knight rescues of pre-foreclosure properties, buying foreclosure properties, life settlements. I've talked about that. Mortgage-backed securities. Again, grab this book. Grab Dr. Meadows' book, Alternative Financial Medicine. You guys, the information's out there. You can't say the information out there. Every day I get at least 1 to 2 messages from people saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. There's nowhere you can get 20% from the bank. This lady's a sham. And I just laugh. I'm like, this person's refusing to grow. They're refusing to decide the future's to them. Here you go, Thurston. How to Invest in Debt, Michael Pellegrino. It's like that, you know, like the drink. Boom, like the drink. Again, Dr. Meadows' book is called Alternative Financial Medicine. It's purple. And you can grab it. I should put in the links. I'll try to put in links. But yeah, I'm going to write the blog post tonight about the prices going up October 1st. You know, we added 2 people part-time on staff, so things are going to change. Some of the video style is going to change. You know, they would love for me to stop filming from my car. But I do what I want. This is my company. I will mix in new quality video, but I still record from my car if I want to. And I think that'll keep the channel with true integrity, honestly. So even though I got new company helping us do some ads on YouTube and Instagram, and then also I have 2 new members on staff, like this channel is still going to be an awesome channel and it's still going to stay great. But again, October 1st, prices are going to go up. For some of y'all, it may be drastically. For some of y'all that wanted to talk to me, you might want to do it now before the prices go up, because, you know, it's just one of those things. Mentor Shelly, I just got phone calls from another bank. I'm working, Erica. Congratulations, Mentor Shelly. Congratulations. I mean, listen, the proof is in the pudding. If you're in the private Facebook group, it's a lot. I'm not going to lie to y'all. A lot of y'all join the private Facebook group and you're like, holy crap. There's a lot of information going on here. Don't get lost in the weeds. Definitely post your name, say what city you're in, and say, hey, you're glad to join the group. That allows everybody in the group to kind of message you or kind of have a communication with you, because we don't want anybody to be lost behind, right? And we'll probably put a lot more interviews, like Friday interviews on there in the future. So, what's up, Yolan? What's up, Jamar? Okay, Don. Okay. But yeah. New Jersey. Atlantic City. Donnie, the private Facebook group is Classy. Oh gosh. The Classy Climb Growth and Accountability group. It's really long, but on purpose. It's really long, but on purpose. And so if you always hit the links will give you access. Seeing anybody here from Indianapolis? What's up, height, weight, and real talk? Hey, yeah, height, weight. I saw you the other day on Glendon's show. Yeah, I mean, listen, the truth is out here. We all know. You know, the thing of it is like, where are a lot of you from right now? Put your city in the comment section so I can see where some of y'all are from. Because CNN said he's from Indy. Miss 1980 says she's from Indy. Did you know that 1979 and 1980 were some of the lowest births in our history? Why, Miss 1980 and 1979? Because of the recession. Because of the recession we had at the time with oil and gas prices. But yeah, there's not a ton of people born in 1979 or 1980. It's like right at 80, start to turn the corner. Okay, so let me see where some of these cities are, because it helps me with the metrics, and it also helps me in the future when I put together banking lists and I put together information. So we got some people from Illinois in the house, New York. Again, remember, if you're from the Baltimore area or around that area, we will be bringing on Charm City buyers to do a show. They have like 20 freaking rental properties, and they have just a unique system. So I look forward to bringing them on. But make sure if you try to join the private Facebook group, if you haven't paid the $10 monthly subscription, you won't get at it. Like, I'll message you the link, but that's basically like, thank you, Apple Mac, for putting the link in there. Like, hit that link, pay the 10, and then you get in. That's just how it works, because we only want go-getters in there. Now, I've been all over Facebook, and the reason I'm doing this is I've seen so many people who have these huge thousands and thousands of people Facebook groups. And everybody's like, hey, I'm buying this house. Anybody interested? One like, maybe one comment. Somebody goes, hey, let's talk about quitting our jobs on Friday. Woo! Likes, and comments. And like, the group to me is not productive. You're not getting buyers and sellers mixed together. You know, like right now, the other day I decided I wanted to make a list of people who could be wholesalers for me in other cities. Because you'll see, if you read the blog tonight, Texas, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, and Michigan. I think we're going to add another state. But if you're in those states and you're looking to show me deals, you know, we'll talk. So, but even in that JV group, there are people who are posting kind of like silly memes and posts. And it's getting more hits and more traction than the actual conversation of, hey, do you have a deal? So that's why I made the Facebook group paid. Because I know what happens. If people that are paying, they want results, they'll take action, and they'll connect with others in the group to get some benefit out of it. People who are just joining hundreds of Facebook groups a day, they can't pay attention to all those different groups. I'm saying use these groups to your benefit. Let's get out here and make money off these groups. Let's get out here and make money. Don't let Facebook use you, use it. Don't let Skynet use you, use it. You right? So there's another lady I'm bringing on, because you know, over the years my views on wholesaling has grown and adapted and changed, right? Because a lot of times I'm complaining about wholesalers, really they're bird dogs I'm complaining about, and that's people who aren't saving any money. Sorry. Just water. Not turning up on a Friday yet. These bird dogs are like not saving any money, been bird dogging for all their whole life. And there's a level where you become a business and you become a wholesaler, and you also become someone that's going to have some rentals. And that's something people don't like me talking about. It's the fact that it's hard to be a real estate investor if you have no rentals. It's just like a table of Monopoly. You're putting a house on, you're taking a house off. You're putting a house on, you're taking a house off. You have to have some houses on the board to be considered a real estate investor. That just is what it is. So with all that being said, I'm going to bring on Nina, and we call Cousin Nina. She's out of Cleveland, huge business out of Cleveland. You know, she's not even in the state half the time, and it still runs. And so I'm going to bring her on the channel, and she's going to talk about some things. You know, she has a course coming out. So it's just like, I'm just trying to help people win. Sorry, I'm going to get this coffee in a second, but like, I'm trying to help people win. The economy is changing. And if you tell me what cities you're in, I can kind of help you here, point some banks out in the group, do some different stuff, but you guys got to want it, you know? I got 2 staff members coming on. They're both part-time right now. They're coming on, and then I'm also going to be doing the rehab show up in Detroit, so I'm going to be busy. So, you know, I'm here for you, but October 1st, them prices go through the roof. Okay, so New York in the house. What's up, Mentor Shelley? DC, Raleigh, North Carolina. Thank you, Apple Mac. Dallas, Texas, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, Palm City Beach, St. Louis. Oh man, I'm gonna get some shirts going. I have some ideals, but we haven't done it yet. Ebony Hayes, I'm a 1979 baby. Yeah, you're very rare. You just don't know it. Make sure y'all get those likes up. It's 100 of y'all in here, like 40 likes. New Orleans, PT. Okay, New Orleans. Keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind because I think me and Asia are going to be in March. Going to be in New Orleans. Miami, Philadelphia, New Orleans. You hear me? But in Texas, Apple Mac. Oh, Lord. I was about to say a juvenile thing, but I was like, that's not appropriate. Dallas, Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know, I went to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Gathering of Nations powwow. And I didn't bring sunblock. Oh my God, I left a wallet when I left there. Memphis by way of Detroit. Born and raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Thank you for posting in the Facebook group, Apple Mac. Yolan. Birmingham, Alabama. Listen, Clifton Burns is down there in Birmingham, Alabama. And we might have to do a video with him down there because there's a lot of investing going on down there. And I've been in several groups where people are posting houses left and right. I might need to pay Clifton Burns some dollars to do a couple drive-bys. Check on it. We got Detroit, Kenneth Foster. Looking to buy a house in Indy or Evansville. Okay, cool. I will send email soon. Seeing 2 triplexes for sale. Blah, blah, blah. From the Gulf of Mexico. Erica Nicole. Hey, Ebony. Born in Trinidad. Grew up in NYC. Been here for 15 years. Cam coming in all late, man. There he go. 55 minutes late. Everybody get the likes up. Tell Cam hello. 8 unit for sale right now on the Gulf, 16 bed, 60 bath. It's good. Okay. I'm about to go after these sloppy landlord owners. Fall moves. Hashtag fall moves. What's up, Cam? Even if we're guilty of never saving, we need to hear so we know how to change for the better. Hey, I try to bring it to you. Cam put in the notes. Prices increase. I mean, literally, prices increase October 1st, but I'm going to put together a bundle. I'm trying to think of something. Like, I just want to be fair to people. Oh, there's a cute little baby. Look at that lady holding that baby. Okay, I want to be ADD, sorry. I want to be fair to people because there's people every day who are coming in and buying the tax lien course and buying the marijuana course at full price. So if I give y'all a deal, I don't want to be rude to people who are coming in every day paying full price. So I want to come up with a cool bundle that's fair to everybody. What's up, Rashid? Can I explain Super Chat? Okay, Super Chat is underneath your comment section. There's a $sign. If you push the $sign, you can send me $1, $2. It's completely up to you, but you're donating to the channel. And this way, it fights against Skynet, which everybody in this group should know what Skynet is. Miami. What's up, Chris Love? Baking an ABQ sun right now. It's raining out here. Like, this rain's got me messed up all week. I might have to go to ABQ for a break. Eric, hey Erica, what do you think about the real estate market after the hurricane passed on the East Coast? So Apple Mac, here's the thing. Y'all all think alike. I've had like 15 emails where people are like, hey Erica, what about the storm? What, hey, think about investing. So what ends up happening is it takes about 60 days for who's ready to sell. Okay. Because Miss Fat, we don't want to be shadow banned. The reason we don't say its name is we can be shadow banned, and then you guys won't see me or see any of my notifications. It's happening to thousands of channels right now. So we don't complain about we're putting on free videos. We are very grateful for Skynet. Wink, wink. We're very grateful. We don't complain. So a lot of people will say, hey, Erica, what about the hurricane? What about the hurricane? So what you really takes about 30 to 60 days to see who hasn't paid the bill. Now, something that happens that's ghetto, but it happens every year when there's a hurricane. People get that insurance check for like $30K. They look at their house. A person come over and gives quotes. And they go, you know what? I'm out. I'm gone. I'm out of here. And they leave the house and take the check and go buy a new house. I've seen it happen every year. So that's what you're dealing with right now, even in Houston. There are people kind of shifting through the houses in Houston that are still, like, people bounced on them. Like, they vacant. They might be going into foreclosure soon. Like, there are people who did that. And so every time there's a storm, I always tell people wait 30 to 60 days. Why? Because in 60 days, you'll see there'll be houses still not repaired. The houses that you see are still not repaired. It's where somebody had no insurance, or had low insurance, or cheap insurance. and they would be more willing to sell. Like a bunch of people sold their houses in downtown Houston for 30 grand. And people were like, don't, like they even had PSAs, don't sell your homes for 30 grand. Like your house is worth more. But when you have Pookie and Ray Ray in them and Billy Bob, who got left a house they don't care nothing about and it got damaged in the storm, they're like, zoom, out, gone. So again, when it comes to this investing after the hurricane, you're going to have to put in the rehab cost of mold and mildew and have to rip that stuff out and replace it. 2, you're going to have to wait 30 days or so. You'll start seeing it in the pipeline, just like those flood cars. Give it a minute. You'll see it in the pipeline. Cam just found out I landed a high-paying Salesforce side hustle with the company that helps financial services companies like BlackRock. Haven't even finished the cert yet. Everybody, I'm going to repeat that again for the 101 of y'all here, and y'all hit the like button. Cam just got landed a high-paying Salesforce side hustle with a company that helps financial services companies like BlackRock, and he hasn't even finished the certification yet. So again, if some of y'all are looking for, I think Cam was like $35 an hour, $40 an hour jobs, Salesforce. Go get your certifications. We talked about it on Udemy. We talked about it on these. Like a lot of you are not suffering from bad credit. You're just suffering from low paying jobs. Let's keep it 100. Okay? Do you feel me? Okay, Clifton Burns. Erica has been motivating me for over 6 months now, and I haven't even gotten around to booking consult yet. Y'all better get on this before I get on. I'm telling you, listen, Cam. October 1st, the prices go up. I'm not going to say they're going to double, but I have 2 staff members now. We're going to be filming a rehab show. We're going to be filming this other show. I'm just trying to let y'all know. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. You've been so supportive to the channel. I'm just telling you the channel is probably going to change some. So I just don't want you to feel like, Erica, shit, man, the price is dumb. The prices, Erica. And I'll be like, I told you the prices were going to go up. Oh, also, T. Kelly, if anybody has questions, Cam posted a bunch of Salesforce information in the private Facebook group. So you guys can grab it from there. So there's something Gillian Cameron said the other day that I thought was funny. You're not going to shine on my time. That shit had me rolling. I don't know if you guys watched this show yesterday, but that's one of my new response to people who ask me about crypto. If I get my home zone to conduct business, does that make my residence a business address? Carrie Garley, do you mean you're just are you changing it to like a daycare in the business or something like that? Chris McDonald, post-natural disaster real estate investing. Is that another course, Erica? Possibly. Or possibly maybe my friend Nina, when she comes on, can explain to her business. Oh, honey, in Skynet we trust. Okay. Right after they find out if and how much they get for... Exactly, Yolan. When people find out they only going to get like 10 grand or 7 grand, and then they look around their house and see the stuff they have to replace, like, because people get the cheapest insurance they ever can get. They don't include furniture. Like my apartment insurance. I have $25,000 apartment insurance times 2 different policies. The front office is like, why do you have 2 policies? Like, they question it. I said, because I've seen what happened in Houston. So if these computers, these TVs, these guns, something happens, I want every dime that's owed to me. I want every penny and every dime. I got 2 different policies, one with Living Aid and one with USAA. Somebody send me my check. And that's how I know these people. Like, there are people right now in Houston. When I was in Houston last weekend, they were on the radio begging for help. And the people were like, what do you need? Well, there were 7 of us in a house, and the house got flooded, and it's got mold, and my nieces and nephews are living over here in this house. My grandma and grandpa living over in this house, and I'm still here every day. What the? There's 7 of y'all in a house, and it's a year and some change later, and y'all ain't got it repaired, and everybody's living at other houses? Like, that's where people sell their house, because they can't afford to fix it. They really can't afford to stay. So, I mean, when I tell people these stories, I think y'all think, oh, Erica, you're making it up. You're just making it up. I was in Houston on the radio. A woman asking for help. Hispanic woman at that. So, you know, everybody in that house was working 2 jobs. You know what I mean? And so, like, if they couldn't even repair their house, imagine some people who got a check and was like, honey, This is enough money for us to go and move across town to Houston anyway. Let's go. And they'll sell that house for a bunch of nothing. Okay, LinkedIn and conferences and summits are your best friend. When you have good profile on LinkedIn, recruiters even reach out to you if you have in-demand skills. You got this. Trust me, I look on my LinkedIn and it's nothing but emails from recruiters. Erica Williams, are you still interested in a management at blah, blah, blah apartment complex? No. I ain't been interested in years. I can't go back to a job if you pay me at this point. Like now knowing what I know, like I used to, this one lady was like, if you get 50K in a lump sum or 100K in a lump sum, you never have to work again. It's up to you. And I was like young and I was like, that don't make no sense. But then now that I'm older and I've seen people buy just one rental and just keep the money moving, because money is nothing but a tool. It's just a tokens. Like as long as you don't spend all your tokens, you still got more tokens to play a game. And I can't break it down any simpler. LinkedIn is the spot. Like so many of y'all, I've said, reach out to me on LinkedIn. For how many years I've been saying this? 5 years. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I maybe got a handful of people reached out to me on LinkedIn. Handful. I'm like, let's connect profiles. If you're not even on LinkedIn, how can you be demanding a 6-figure job? There's so many people demanding 6-figure jobs, and they are not even on LinkedIn where companies recruit for 6-figure jobs. People are like, Eric, I want to make $90,000 a year. I live in New York. Are you on LinkedIn? No. Then what are you talking about? You don't have the network connection that you don't need to be on LinkedIn. That's all I'm saying. $10 course on Udemy, get you Salesforce cert. Yep. I wish I was electronically managed. Well, Yolanda, you can still win in other places. You don't necessarily have to do Salesforce. You can win through investments. That's why my whole point is like, there are school teachers who have rentals. There are other people who have rentals. There are other people who do services surrounding real estate, property management, all kind of stuff. You know, you don't have to technically be that in that particular thing. Link to the private Facebook group. Chris McDonald, Cam's been posting it. I'm telling you, Mr. Shelley, Glenda be hitting on it. I'm telling you, when I'm commenting on these people's pages, I'm out here looking. I'm out here in a wealthy city. And I'm in a... I don't even know how to explain this to y'all. The reason I'm hiring these employees and going to check out these offices and getting upgrades and equipment, 1, my computer died 2 the other day. And 3, I see it. I see the slight shift. And I see engineers who I've been doing this for years. And I went and looked at some properties, messaging me on Facebook. Haven't messaged me in years, probably unfollowed me, I don't know. Messaged me, hey, I have some questions about business, Erica. I have some questions about real estate. Can I come by your office? Oh, really? All these years, and now you want to come by my office? Must be a change in the economy. A lot of you kind of come by the office now all of a sudden. And that is part 2, because when you raise your profile, you're doing more. But I'm telling you, I'm going to FidCon and I'm going to a mastermind. I'm meeting up with 4 or 5 people that y'all going to be real surprised with. You know, your girl been talking big smack about somebody, and we might be going to see him soon. So keep that, if you know who I'm talking about, keep that to yourselves. Anyway. Lemonade.com, link for housing and renters insurance. Yeah, Lemonade is on spot. Okay, USAA be asking too many damn questions. But Lemonade is good. I'm glad I work in insurance now. Glad your content and structural damage, 2 separate policies. Mentor Shelley, I'm not playing with these people. After I saw what happened, like I used to laugh at people having Aflac. Like one time I got recruited to sell Aflac and I was like, no. But Aflac is for the middle class family that knows one medical emergency, one broken arm, one broken leg, one fall down, one slip in the snow. It will mess you up. And I've seen people have Aflac and lose their job. I can't remember if the lady lost her job and got a check in 3 days. Where they do that at? But you got people out here saying they've been employed for 2 years. They didn't know the game. Okay? If you've been an employee for 2 years, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Take any job. Take Uber, take Lyft, rent out your car. You ain't driving to work no more, rent out your car. You know, mix it up. There's so many opportunities for you to get right. There's no reason for that. If you wanted a job, you could get one, right? So in this economy, they're claiming everybody's got a job left and right, and that's a lie. I know it's a lie. I'm running across highly skilled people without a job. And what's keeping them afloat is insurance policies, taking a loan out on their insurance. What's the other thing I've seen people do lately? Taking HELOCs out. When I get on the phone with a ton of y'all, I know people are like, don't be talking about me, Erica. I've had over 3,000 clients. Nobody knows about you. Nobody knows about you in particular, but I'm talking on the phone with people who my first thought is like, hey, let's take a HELOC and invest in a rental. Oh, I can't, Erica. I already took a HELOC out. What are you taking a HELOC out for? Oh, to pay off my credit cards. That doesn't make any sense. That's not what it's for. Like, don't take a HELOC out to pay your credit cards off. Don't take a HELOC to pay down some debt. That's not what they're for. Like, it's so dangerous for people to have good credit and not use it for what it's for. People be in these Facebook groups. I got an 800 credit score. What you doing with it? Then you get cussed out for the next 2 minutes. I mean, it's so crazy. Okay, health, wealth, and real talk. 7 people in a house. 4 of them should be working, contributing to the house during its repairs. And the way they were talking on the phone, they were like, what did she say on the radio? She said the grandparents are at one of the brothers' houses. The kids are at somebody else's houses. And she and somebody else still in the house. And it's got mold. Why are y'all there? Why have y'all not broke it down to the studs? Because that's one of the first things they were offering. Like, a lot of these fire departments and stuff were offering to break out. Like, if stuff was moldy, they were going to cut it for you with the little saw thing. And then they were going to pull it off the wall and throw it in the dumpsters. Because they knew what would happen. People would still be in these houses with moldy shit. Getting sick. That's not smart. Okay, good night, whoever that is. Ah, gotcha. Okay, congratulations, Davita. There you go. Not everyone in South Carolina has recovered from 2015 yet. Same example. Right now, when I go down there with Nina and we're going to go look at properties in Charleston, I'm telling y'all, in Somerville and some other areas, I know that's what it is. Older folks who leave a house to people, nobody want the house because nobody want to repair it, come out of pocket with any repairs. So there's opportunities everywhere. Airbus G, what are your thoughts on real estate market in 2019? I mean, what do you mean? In what capacity? What are you asking? Re-ask the question. Because I got what? We're at 52 minutes? Yeah, we got to wrap it up here shortly. Carl Gray, yeah. I mean, Carl Gray, I'm done fighting with people on it. I'm telling people to get business addresses for their LLCs that do their business out of. Now, listen. If you want to run a business, like a handyman business out of your home, sure. Just put your home address on there and get knocking doors. Get your handyman business going. But if you want to start leveraging your P&L and your profits and your bank accounts to get a business loan, and you're going to have your house address on there. And see, that's what happened. A lot of people the last couple of years tried to do the business trick. I'm going to get a bunch of business credit, Erica. And they didn't realize that the Patriot Act changed some things. And, oh, Erica, you know what you're talking about. But now 2 years later, I do know what I'm talking about. And they're back. I'm being careful. I don't want to be saucy on a Friday. I'm feeling good. So at the end of the day, yes, Carl Gray, a business address is important. I bought a Udemy Digi marketing course, basic email marketing knowledge. Want to finish, then go to Salesforce. Good to go. Yeah. Theodore Cousins. I look forward to hearing about that. It's 100 of y'all in here plus 110. Let's hit that like button. Tokens are heavy. All right, Apple Mac. Hey, Eric, I found a vacant lot for $250 in a rebound city, but I don't really have a use for it except to use it as collateral or leverage for future deal. What do you think? Can you get it for $250 and sell it for $1,000? Can you get it for $250 and sell it in seller financing to people? Because sometimes people be wanting to put a trailer on stuff, or they want to build their future home there. And in order to get approved by the bank, they got to have a lot under their belt. Because some banks are like, we're not going to give you a home builder's loan until you have a lot. So you got a couple choices there, Apple Mac. Thank you. Cam's been posting the private Facebook group. Considering getting an HVAC cert on the side, would that be a good idea, Erica? Chris McDonald, it's totally up to you. It depends on what's your current job right now. Erica, I'm one of those engineers. Must be a change in economy. You damn right. It's time to create my family's generation wealth. There's so many engineers here in Austin who are like, I got a Camaro, I got another car, and I got a house. And you'd be like, what other investment? They'd be like, I got $1 million in my 401k. You girl, I got good money. And you're like, okay. Okay. So let me see what else y'all got going on here. Exactly. Salesforce Med certification, $65K to $70K a year. Boom. Julia Dixon, I know I really need to get up on it as well. I have $30K in equity. Explain what do you mean about a HELOC. Miss 1980, a HELOC is just a home equity loan. I mean, it's just basically a loan off on your equity. But I don't recommend it to people unless they're using it to buy a rental. Like I see no use in that loan. I know people get mad at me because I'm like not telling what they want to hear. But essentially, those loans are only meant for if you want to do home improvement. Most people get a HELOC right before they sell their home. Like they get it, they fix their bathroom, they update their kitchen, and then when they sell it, they get more money anyway. Now, some people in the last recession, what they did is they would get a HELOC because the value of their home was going up, and then they'd pay off their credit cards. Then they run their credit cards back up, and then they get another HELOC. I mean, it was some stupid stuff. Like there was a guy with a house that was worth $50K. He had an Escalade out front, sitting there with a white t-shirt, wife beater on, and pants, talking about, yeah, man, I took money out on my house. I can't afford it. And the house that he originally bought for $50 was now at $150,000. Now, I knew this black man was a janitor, but I was like, bro, you knew you couldn't keep refinancing that house and getting money out of it. You got an Escalade? You could have bought 2 other houses. Stuff like that. Always ready 24/7. I am an unemployment analysis. HELOC, home equity line of credit. Thank you, Apple Mac. I'm trying to convince my cousins and family who are more blue collar to focus on getting sentenced and get cheap ass jobs. At Cam, people want lazy jobs. Not just cheap ass jobs, just lazy, easy to get jobs, right? Can women do HVAC? I mean, sure. A lot of times you'll be in HVAC sales. Companies, see, here's the thing, because some companies are going to be like, well, do you want to crawl under the house? Do you want to lift stuff on the roof? And that's going to be a no. Most women are like, but they'll let you do the sales. The state of Texas is even paying for the training with workforce grants. They keep calling me every day. Chris McDonald, jump on it. Save the sauce for the O'Shea channel. He'll be on there in a while. I mean, I'm trying to be good, T. Kelly. I'm trying to be good. I'll be over there in an hour. Julia Dixon. Look, all these Trini people, what kind of food does Trinidad make? Don't they make that roti? ROITI or whatever? I need some of that in my life. What's up? Always ready 24/7 says, sorry, I'm really dehydrated, you guys. I worked at my trainer and I'm not drinking enough water. I literally am struggling here. Sorry. Like, so dehydrated. I'm an unemployment analysis and stop watching the news and go out and look around. Thank you. You realize this economy is on a slippery slope. I've been analyzing data for government for 17 years. That's why I get these rentals, because I know there are going to be people who are like, here's the thing. If you got 3 little kids, and I'm not knocking parents, if you got 3 little kids and something happens financially and y'all got to lose the house, you want to go to another house. So you can, whatever you got to tell your kids, hey, we're going to another house, or we're living over here now, or you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to keep some consistency. Because if you leave your house and go to an apartment, I know there's parents who are like, Erica, I just can't do that. I get those calls. I hear them. So that's how I know that rental thing, that alternative medicine is talking about, that doctor is talking about, Dr. Meadows, is true. People will stay in houses when they can't afford to buy for years. So yes, women can do it. It's AC and refrigerator work. That is true, Chris McDonald. Yes. I'm just saying in general what I've seen at AC places. The woman is like in the sales department, or she'll come out and do the walk around, but she's not the one like loading stuff, which is always interesting. Feeling your advice. I'll be talking to you soon. Sure. Thank you. I just reread Smartphone Millionaire earlier. Really appreciate the seller financing tip on getting someone to pay you $99 for 12 months. Such a low barrier to resistance. I'm telling you, if you got a lot, let's say you have a vacant lot. I think Apple Mac just said something about the lot. And you buy it for $250, but you want to get $3,000 out of it. For whatever reason, you want to get $3,000 out of it. You make payments for somebody for $99 or $100 a month for like 36 months. People are way more receptive to that. right? Because if they're working on their credit or they really want to be over there, like there's one guy, I think there's one video where Max Maxwell bought a property. It's by the highway. He didn't really like the property, but he put his sign out there. That's all he wanted to do was put his sign in the yard, like a big sign, like the city can't say anything. It's my yard. So Mr. Howell, I don't do Applebee's. But if you say local steakhouse, I might be your friend. How much have you seen home trailers? I saw some from 20K and 50K and didn't know if that was a joke. No, they're really, because there's such a shortage. Because there's such a shortage that are willing to transport them, they are charging more. And those are most likely called modular homes, the one you're seeing. Trailers are usually 10K. But because of the upgrades, they're putting these fireplaces in them. They're putting these new kitchens in them. Like yeah, they're charging money. Taco Deli is very good. Boneless ribs. Man. Ken Carter. Erica, I joined the Facebook group 2 weeks ago. I still get in. So Ken Carter, what is your email? Immediately. Send me your email. I have only one moderator in there. Cam and maybe Andre. So I only have 2 moderators. So I have to personally add people in. If you did not answer the question where it says, what is your email you use to get in the group? I cannot put you in. So give me your email. It better match up. I better find it in my system so I can add you. And double check that I didn't already add you, because I check that thing at least once a day, because a lot of people are like, Erica, I didn't get in. Carl Gray, trucking company, home address is my back office. My LLC doesn't have a year on it yet. So should I do a change of business address to take advantage of business credit? You could, but Carl, here's the thing too. Your pay. The deposits you're making from your company is enough to get you, like when you want to get a truck, that first truck, you can get it. Here's 2 choices. You can either get a new LLC for the truck, or you can get it with your current LLC. And if you got a 660 credit score, you can get a truck. I mean, I think are you trying not PG? Is that what you're trying to do? Rotinis are national. Yeah, I saw something on like Instagram and I was like, curry everything, macaroni pie. If you ever get to do an event in NYC, like here's the thing, I might end up having to do an event in Baltimore anyway to go hook up with Charm City and them and kind of see some of their properties. And I want to go to New York City, but only at Christmas time where that Christmas tree is. And everybody's like discouraging me. They're like, it's a tourist trap. I was like, but I want to see it. I see it on TV and I want to see it. So let me see. Oh God, we're going at an hour. We got to get out of here. Yeah, I know y'all get upset when I go over. So exactly, Carl Gray. Trini to the bone. Cam's Chinese. Don't let him fool y'all. So if you own property, hold on to it until you can invest in another property. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, like a lot of people always want to try to like have a property, want to sell it and stuff. I don't see the purpose in that. Thank you, Alicia Anthony. Carter Ken. Okay, Carter Ken. I'm looking at that email. I'm going to write it down. I'm a little notebook in this car right now before I go get this coffee and get ready for O'Shea and them, because they be wilding. And if I don't see that email in my database, I'm going to be upset, Carter Ken. I'm going to be very upset. Under the $10 subscription mark, I'm going to make sure you paid. And then I'm going to get you in there, okay? I don't want nobody getting mad at me till my new staff members get on taking over some of these responsibilities. It'll still be your girl, Erica. Honey, these trailers for $150, jump off a bridge already. I just can't. How many properties do you own? So I am part owner of 2 properties in Detroit. I am co-owner of 2 properties in North Carolina. I'm sole owner of 3 land lots, U.S. per se in South Carolina, 3 land lots in Florida. I also am a single person owner of a property coming up in North Carolina and one in Detroit. I also own land here in Texas. So, any other questions? Part Chinese, actually. You know Cameron Lee. You know what I would do, Cam, if I were you? I'd name all my businesses Lee Organization, Lee blah, blah, blah. Just so when creditors start saying stuff, they be like, oh, he's Chinese. Get all kind of stuff. Chris McDonald, it's only $10 a month, man. I'm making it $10 a month now because I want to get a good 500 or 1,000 people in there who are rocking it, who are working together, because I'm telling you, it's almost like a little mastermind. We've already did videos on business credit, calling up banks. We already did a bunch of stuff. And I want to do more. It's hard to trust people with multiple accents. Whatever, man. So I had a speech impediment as a kid, and I had a New Yorker teacher help me. But I'm from the South, so wrote that down. I'm telling you, listen, I told you there's some black guys here who put like Asian names on all their businesses, LLCs. I should know. Here in Austin, and they're like, we get so much mail, it's outrageous. And I know that sounds horrible, but that's what they did. I'm just ready to get out of my neighborhood, but the values are not high enough for me to invest in another property. Ah, I see what you're saying there, D. I'm looking forward to joining the group just not on Facebook. Yeah, a lot of people keep telling me they're not on Facebook, and I'm so sorry. I wish there was another way that was more convenient for everybody. I just have, it's just me right now to my full staff. Like, I have a person that comes on and helps me with credit repair. She does some help, but she has a little baby, so she can only do so many days. Then I have 2 other people. There's a video kid coming on full time, and he's going to do more stuff, more clips for the and my Facebook ads and my YouTube ads. Then there's another person coming on. I mean, I'm just not gonna, I just can't do everything right now. Muhammad, we already talked about that early in the video. You're gonna have to just roll back in the video. But okay, everybody, I've got to run. You guys are awesome. When will we raise the price? I hate how Glendon does it. Chris McDonald, Glendon is he be working. Now, October 1st, everybody, we got to go. But October 1st is when the prices pretty much almost double. Not completely. They're not going to double. Everything's not going to double. But they will go up. The Facebook group is going to stay the same for now till we get like 1,000 people in that bad boy. I really want it hopping in there. But the prices will go up October 1st because we have new staff. We're going to be filming a rehab show. We're going to be filming conferences I go to. We're going to be filming for Las Vegas. We're going to be busy. And the channel's going to change some. But it's still going to be good. And so you knew this was coming. Your girl's been talking about this for a while. I just had to finally sign the paper dollar, sign the people on the line, and get them ready to be 1099 because your girl ain't got no book. 1099, back 1099 all day, every day. So with that being said, I got to run, get some coffee, and get ready to go on the O'Shea. So, I mean, I heard it looks thick. And like between the bread and all that, that's a lot going on. You're going to have to jog after that. Okay, Mr. Shelley, you put your question in the Facebook group. Okay, so yeah, anybody who's in the private Facebook group, go put your questions over there, and we can go hammer them over there. So for those of you, this is Erica. See you on the O'Shea Show. Yeah, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. You guys have a wonderful Freedom Friday. Enjoy your day.